Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Okay, I'm still in my Chungking room. I've got everything packed except for there's my jeans. I got my jeans up there getting dry. They need to get dried, and then I can pack them, and then this stuff is going out. But what I wanted to talk about is I don't want to come across like I told you so, but this I made tons of videos, and I've made videos about manners, and I'll tell you, they have really. I use manners. I like people. I like being around people, and like I say, I've been self-employed pretty much all my life, so I've always known you got to be nice to people who want to try to get things done. So it's, I'm into using my manners, and but like I say, now I'm getting ready to go to another environment, but I thought I'd share this with you. So far, everything I've talked about in manners has really paid off. Like I say, I still can't talk. I'm waiting for the sound of all the talk, so then I can start distinguishing each word. I still can't distinguish each word, so I still don't understand what's going on at all. But now I'm much more relaxed, and I thought it was funny today. I was getting in the elevator, and I really wish I could have spoke English on this one. The elevator opened up, and that elevator was plumb packed full of women. And I thought, hey, this is cool. And I stepped inside, and then they all started saying something to me, and I don't know what they're all. Normally, nobody talks in an elevator. And then they pointed to it says what floor it's on there, and there was some writing on there. And I don't know. I'm taking it for granted it said overloaded, but I don't know. I don't know what it was. But anyway, they kept talking, and they pointed at that, and I was looking at them. What? And I just smiled and laughed, and I stepped out of the elevator, and then I just waited. Everybody closed the door, and they left. And so because I'm real easy going, and I know I don't know anything that's going on, so I'm at everybody's mercy. So if somebody says something to me, I normally stop and I look at them real puzzled, and because I don't know what's going on, and I'm scared I'm going to be doing something wrong, so I stop whatever it is I'm doing. If I'm walking, I stop, and once I know somebody's talking to me, I stop everything. So, I've talked about the hat, and it's you notice on the videos hardly anybody wears a hat, and the ones that do wear a hat, I'm talking about here at this shopping mall place, and the ones that do, they're wearing this hat because they're cool, but they have no idea about the manners that are used with a hat. And so when I meet a lady, I take my hat off. I wear my hat, and the elevator opens, and if there's a woman in the elevator, I will take my hat off before I get into the elevator. And when I go into shops and places like that, I take my hat off before I go into these shops. I mean, right there at the door, I'll look around, and it looks like a place I want to go in. I'll take my hat off, and I'll go in. And I know people don't understand its manners. I know the ones that are watching me don't understand this. But what it is, I'm catching their eye. And so now I got their attention, and then I'll look around, and they'll be talking to me, and I just, and I'll say, "You speak English?" And nobody ever speaks English, so, and then I'll just, go on and look around, and I have a lot of fun. One thing I've noticed I have to watch out because I am real friendly. I'm real nice, real friendly. I like people, and I smile a lot, and it comes across as if I'm hitting on these gals. I think that's what it is. So I haven't quite figured all this stuff out yet, but I think that's what it is. And because I'm smiling so much, it's and they like it. So I mean, everybody wants to help me, even though they can't speak English, and it just. And then if it's just I got to really watch myself because, like I say, by my appearance, the way I dress different than everybody else, and really, I guess I think I look a little bit like a Chinaman. So they really, by looks, they really can't see anything, but by mannerisms, they really can. Now, just another thing before I forget about it, I had somebody mention my use of chopsticks, and on a comment. And I wish they didn't say anything because after they said that, they made me kind of self-conscious. And then I made the video on the hot pot when we're eating, and everybody's dipping in there, getting all their food and stuff like that. When we got done eating, they mentioned the same thing. They said that they've never seen a foreigner use chopsticks so well. And it's not really well, like they didn't say it like I'm, talented. I'll put it that way. But I have a distinct, unique way of using chopsticks, and I guess it looks good. And that made me self-conscious. So that was hard for me to use chopsticks. But the reason I'm saying that, if you got little kids, you maybe want to start teaching them how to use chopsticks. I used chopsticks when I was a little kid. I mean, up to maybe 4 or 5 years old, and then after that, I really haven't used chopsticks. I use them a little bit in cooking. I say I had Chinese restaurants, so I used a little bit in cooking, but normally I don't use chopsticks. So it's what I learned when I was a child, a small child, learned how to use chopsticks. And that has, because I noticed when I eat, when I'm eating in these, sometimes these big places, and I'll have people watch me. And I'm, I don't know, well, I'm a foreigner, but also I'm wondering, is it because I'm using the chopsticks? And, because I don't know, the way I eat, I think, draws people's attention too. So it's something you probably want to teach your small children. And if you don't know, it'd be good for you to learn too. So, because man, I'll tell you, if you didn't use chopsticks here, you'd be starving. I mean, everything is done with chopsticks. Just when you go into these places that are, $5 a meal up, those places will give you silverware. Anything less than that, I mean, you might get a spoon, but it's chopsticks. So that's something you want to think on. So that will fit into mannerisms, and like I say, being polite. That's another thing I've noticed, and I think it's because I'm in the city. Because city people, I don't think are all that polite. You gotta remember, I'm a country boy, and country boys are pretty polite. So, but I've noticed that I'm stopping, getting out of the way. I'll hold the elevator for people. It doesn't mean nothing, but when they see me as a repetitive thing, like I say, I've been here a month, and like I say, people are walking up to me now, and they see I'm staying here, so they kind of start talking to me, and they're real nice and everything, but I don't know what's going on. But my appearance is opening doors. It doesn't the first time, but it's what I do as a habit. And right back, same thing. Good mannerisms, and as a habit, being a gentleman, these are all good things. You need to work on that kind of stuff. At least At least that's what I do. Hey, you can do whatever you want. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.